On the heart of a champion as he absorbs these power strikes from Usman. Huge
there it is right
more
there.
shots by Usman.
Sway the Morning Shade 45. As you know, I just went to my first UFC fight to see my friend Tyron Woodley defend his welterweight championship. What you heard right there was a clip from the fight. From beginning to end, that fight was just mayhem. It's different when you watch it in person than when you watch it on TV. The entire time, even though my friend ended up losing his belt, for some reason I thought, oh, he got this. He got this.
I felt, you know what, so I felt the same thing. I was in a fight, and sometimes you have those fights where it feel like a bad dream, and I can easily go crawl up on a rock, but I beat many people ass, knocked a lot of people out, and I was right there in the camera. So you gotta be able to take that with humility as well, because it's always a lesson in it,
Yeah.
And somebody told me, you don't lose, man. You just learn, and you don't want to hear that shit at the time because you watching another dude wearing your belt, and it feels so weird because you're like, I've been a champ for so long that
How many years you been a champ?
5 years, yeah.
Shit.
So watching, I haven't lost. Yeah, I can't remember last time I lost, and just watching another dude wear your belt, man, I was that shit tore my heart out.
Bro, I saw you at the end of the fight, and I saw when Joe was interviewing him, and I saw you off in the corner. You were just standing there with your hands.
I was just in disbelief.
What were you thinking? Like, what was
I was in disbelief because I had one other fight in my career like this where, you ever had that dream where you swinging hard, but you ain't really swinging hard.
Yeah.
You want to punch somebody, but you can't get to them.
Yeah.
Or you want to talk, but you can't open your mouth. So I felt like, you had them dreams before? Yeah. So I was in the octagon having that, and I had that one other time. Like, I was like, move forward, throw these punches. I see him open, throw the strike. He coming with this. Be ready for it. Don't back up. And everything I was telling myself to do, my body wasn't doing. And then,
Let me ask you, Steve Cohen, who's the VP of sports here.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it to the interview because he had a big meeting, and he was on the show this morning. He's a fan of yours too. Matter of fact, by the way, UFC Dana White. That was a class act with me that night. They took good care of me. Dana
there you
White.
go, Dana, because I was going to beat your ass if you did.
Okay,
Hey, take care. I said, take care of my guy. Make sure he's coming all the way out here to support. Make sure he definitely is giving the red carpet treatment. So thank you, UFC.
Yeah,
not dropping the ball.
David Lockett had a PR. Amber, who was with, I just want to shout. I wanted to shout them out. They made sure I was good from my whole. I'm low key. You saw I don't know if I was there by myself.
Yeah.
So I was moving around. When you saw me in Vegas on the casino floor,
I probably shouldn't even been at.
Yeah.
Walking around.
Okay, so I saw Tyron. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna just be transparent.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
As soon as I saw you on the casino floor, and I called.
I wasn't gambling.
He wasn't gambling.
Get that out there.
But it was like 1:32 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
What did I called Heather.
He called me.
And what I say?
I'm bugging out because I just saw Tyron on the floor. I said, what floor?
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? He's like, on the casino floor. I said, what is he doing out there? And Sway said, I'm asking the same thing. He said, what do you think is going on? And we both just kept saying, yo.
Well, random as hell, the ATMs in Vegas.
Yeah.
When you take out a certain amount of money, they make you go and pick it up from the casino. And I purposely was standing in that hotel because everybody else was at New York. I don't really like them many UFC fighters. I'm gonna be real.
Okay.
I only hang out with people I really fuck with. If I don't fuck with you, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you're the best actor on earth, the best rapper. I'm at a point in my life I only hang around people I want to hang around with. So I went to the MGM Signature because that's low key. All the fans are gonna be down there trying to get pictures. I can just kind of focus and clear my mind. But I went to go grab a bag out the ATM, and I had to go all the way to the casino. So now it's like I should be sleeping, I should be resting. Normally that's my rest time.
Okay.
And I was walking through the casino, so I'm not gonna be an asshole. All these fans, came out, spent all this money to go watch me fight. So now one picture turned into two, turned into three, turned into four. So that was something I normally wouldn't have done. And then I get back to the place and I sleep. And on my itinerary said they picked me up at 3. I'm like, damn, we getting this shit cracking early, but it really was 6. Yeah. So I took a nap, woke up. Everybody came in there. We do this traditional prayer, and then
pray like 2 hours early.
Then I'm like, damn, it was 2 hours early, but let me go lay back down again. So.
Steve Cohen in sports, he wanted to ask you this question. He's the VP of sports at SiriusXM. Here's Steve.
Tyron, what went wrong against the Nigerian Nightmare? Why couldn't you keep him off of you? The guy landed 100 body strikes. Why couldn't you keep him off of you? Did you underestimate him? Were you ready for this fight?
No, I didn't underestimate him. He didn't do anything special. He didn't do anything great. Like I said, what he did really well is he has composure beyond somebody that had that experience. He had never competed against a guy of my caliber, and for him to have that composure to stay to the game plan, that's his biggest attribute. I mean, he didn't swing no crazy punch that we've never seen before. He didn't hit me with no takedowns that we've never seen before. It was just a classic case of, something just was weird. It was literally like the best way I can explain it. It was like I was having a dream, and it was like the whole time I was like, I'm losing to this nigga. I'm like, am I feeling let this dude get my belt? Like literally earlier in the fight, I was thinking that.
After what round though? See, the first round we said, well, Tyron usually feels his opponents out.
I had planned on coming out and just kind of storming them, like just kind of get the message out. But in that first round, I don't know if it was what he just kept coming for slow. I'm like, I know this motherfucker gonna go for the takedown because everybody will talk in press conference about the one to swing, but anybody who's tried to swing on me, like he's smart enough to know the people that have beaten me in the past, even if they didn't get the shot, they just kept shooting for it a million times. Because if I got to address your shot, I can't punch you in the face. So maybe the second or third round, I was like, because I've been in this game for a long time, and this shit's 4-ounce gloves. Anything can happen. So I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, I'm still going to knock him out. That's all I kept thinking. I'm like, I'm hit him with this uppercut. And he keep dipping his head, and I'm going to knee him in the face or hit him with the uppercut and knock him out. And I think when you already having a weird night, like I like to start off the show getting it popping.
Yeah.
That way I stay in the rhythm. But when I don't start off that way, and then on top of that, I feel like I'm having a bad dream, and then I think I might have landed a shot or two.
You landed a couple of shots.
I landed a shot, and I think I started hunting for that shot again, and that shot didn't come back.
I think maybe in the beginning of the third round, too, you landed a nice one and knocked him on the side of the ring.
See, I didn't even remember that. A lot of people told me I hit him with something.
Right. You hit him something nice.
I don't remember, yeah.
Was he looked like he was just physically overwhelming. How strong
he wasn't physically strong. He was just positionally accurate is the best way to say it. He knew his best position was to keep me against the cage and keep me locked down. And like it looks like, okay, you can't get up. But when you're on the mat, he's trying to advance to a more dangerous position.
Yeah.
So he's in a position that
I don't want you.
Yeah, I don't want to be there because obviously I can't punch, even though I'm a wrestler and a grappler. But I don't really want to watch that. You know what I mean? To be honest, like most people want to watch a stand-up fight in MMA. So by me trying to exert energy and go crazy and spaz out and get to another spot, I'm putting him in the next best position, which could be the mount, could be the side position, could be him. He was trying to gather my arm behind my back, which he might have had a time or two, and then that way he can land them strikes off. So I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking this whole fucking fight through. I'm like, why is I'm letting this motherfucker hold me down? Like I'm dead ass thinking that, and I don't even have I went back and I started thinking, it's easy to put blame on everything, and I found literally a million motherfucker looked at me and looked at the scene. This person was arguing me. They asked me for $300. They asked me. Then I started thinking, God said, you lost.
Yeah,
that's what happened. You lost. And my ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my timetable is not your timetable. I had it planned out. Beat this kid, beat Kobe ass in June, go on a fucking vacation, do a movie, come back, take the middleweight belt. Boom. Now we popping. Now I'm the fighter of the year. But I think God's showing me that for me to prove I'm the greatest welterweight of all time, I gotta incur adversity at a time that doesn't make sense to me.
Wow,
and it didn't. Everybody in the room said you're the favorite.
Yeah.
Everybody in the room
for the first time.
Then
I get the props for the first time. Then the promo looks like I'm supposed to win for the first time. Then I fucking lose.
And then you lose. Wow.
I learned.
Heather,
right?
If I'm hearing you correctly, as a spiritual person, what do you do then when your energy is off? Because it kind of sounds like Sway said, he called me early. Yeah. It was like something is wrong.
I was off too when you saw me too. Yeah.
I know you were. That's why when I was looking at you, I was like, something is wrong.
Yeah, he said, like we were saying that on the phone.
I was actually going to get money from ATM for people that was asking me for money the day of the fight. Like they don't
right.
I got to fight.
And to your own admission, it's not something that you would have normally done. Then you said your sleep was off. So as a spiritual person, you praying. It's like God is giving you these little signs. Yeah. Like, was there any way somewhere along the way you like, maybe this is not my night? Like before.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I've had fights before where I kind of knew I was gonna lose, and I thought that I was fucking doing cheating or whatever I was doing that was terrible at that time. I thought that was a reason, but my coaches and God had to show me it's separate. I don't want you to be a perfect vessel because then I can't use it the same way. Because then everybody, Tyron fucking eat, alfalfa sprouts and he never ate a bad meal in his day. He trained 90 fucking times a week. So he needs for you to show that you are human. And when I realized that, it's been like, I've never had a world title fight with like not the utmost drama. Like you guys don't hear about it, but behind stage and behind mirrors,
going on,
if I just give you a 16th of what's really fucking going on, you'd be like, how the fuck did you win that fight?
Yeah.
How did you even make it out there? Like, and I'm not a big excuse maker, so I can go and give everybody what they want to hear, and it'll be enough to be like, oh shit, now we know why you lost the fight. I mean, how was you supposed to win with that? But I've always won with that. I've always had that on my plate. But to answer your question, I look at David in the Bible, right? And David was a warrior, and David was on some bullshit sometimes, right? He got disciplined, and but he always asked God before he went out there, is my enemy basically gonna take me over? And I didn't ask him that, and I just felt good. I've had torn hamstrings in the locker room. My hand wasn't always ready. My weight cut was terrible. I had all these things happen before, and I still went out there and won. So I'm just so sold in my mind that I can't lose. That when I lost, it was more of a heartbreak and the fucking shock that I lost than the fact that all these other things could have added to it. So I think those elements could have added to it, and it's a lot of things that I know I can change myself. It's not that I'm not focused. It's not that I don't train hard. Everybody get challenger fucking respect for me. Like I think I'm still the up and coming challenger. That's the way I've been able to stay at the top and still do entertainment, still do music, still do TV.
But they're gonna say the music, the TV, the
of course
entertainment is taken away.
I'm dropping
from the
an
fight.
album, like I'm dropping an album. I got a release party, I got an after party. I did fucking Wildin' Out, Hawaii 5-0, all that shit happened in the same week. I'm like, but I filmed this shit a year ago. I've been recording this album for a year. I did Wildin' Out shit. Well, when did we do it? November?
Yeah, that was
November or something like that. I said, this ain't stuff that happened in training camp, but it's coming out, which should be a good thing. And I can handle it because obviously I'm an artist. I can't hide it no more. Whether it's music, whether it's paint on the fucking canvas or doing a TV show, I shouldn't have to act like I'm not doing other forms of art just because I'm a fighter. I only fight 2 or 3 times a year. I'm more of a, father than I am a fucking fighter.
Wow.
So I can't, I just chose not to hide it, and it didn't stop me from winning that fight. I just lost.
You just lost. Can you give?
I'm gonna get it back though.
Yeah, well, that's what I hit him with. I said, hey, homie, you still the champ. You just got to get your belt back.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Hey, but T, I'm gonna tell you, man, I thought about 20 different things. What do I tell this dude after he just lost the fight?
Always be real with me.
Just be real with you, and that's what I was real about.
Because this is the thing is, I've been on the other end so many times. Like I had to talk to the Darren Till kid after I knocked him out, and when you don't think you're gonna lose and you really sold. Like I looked at him, he didn't think he was gonna lose to me. So it's a heartbreaking moment. When I lost my first fight, it was for a world title.
Yeah,
I was 10-0. My first loss ever was on fucking Showtime, live TV. My kids' only fight they ever went to.
Wow.
And I got knocked the fuck out. So I got hit the hardest I ever got hit. My kids saw me lose in person for the first time. I for a world title, my first world title, but it created me for the moment when I actually won the UFC gold. And that's because I endured that, and I didn't fucking crawl on the rock, and I didn't ball up. I came back blazing. Every time I've lost, my next fight, the person has been knocked out. And I've only lost 3 or 4 times.
Tyron Woodley is here, man. Can you give Usman came in and won the title, man. Can you give him any props about who he is?
I got to give Usman props. I've always had respect for Usman, and the thing about Usman, people don't realize, like, me and Usman have been cordial. Like, he hit me up about the fight. So he called me and was like, what's going on, man? Just out of due respect for you, champ. They offered me this fight, man. I got to accept it. I just want to know what's going on with you because I thought she was fighting Kobe. So he's always had the utmost respect. Just to be blatant honest, skill-wise, technique-wise, experience-wise, on paper, it wasn't supposed to happen for him. But mentality-wise, maybe he was a little bit more focused on that Saturday night. You know what I mean? you know, I can like I said, I can go back and I can look at a million different things, but the one thing God keep telling me, and maybe I'm paraphrasing this myself, nigga, you lost.
No, God said that to you. God kept it 100.
Yes.
Hey, you lost. let's just stop. Let's just be real. You lost.
Tyron Woodley,
am I gonna
man.
let it stay there?
Yeah.
No. Am I gonna get my back? Yes.
You
But
get
I
a
think
rematch?
I'm gonna be yelling for it.
They're supposed to give you a rematch.
I mean, I had 4 title defenses. I've been a champion for 5 years. To be honest, I had every record they had. They just didn't. They spoke about how fewer strikes I threw against Damian Maia, but I got the fastest KO in welterweight history. I had the #1 takedown defense of all UFC fighters, the highest striking defense actually, which wasn't that fucking great Saturday, obviously.
Yeah.
And then when you think about takedowns, you think about knockdowns. I'm top 3 on the list for the most knockdowns. So all the things that you would think that they would talk about, they never talked about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Until that night.
And I had the longest streak of all current champions.
Tyron Woodley, man.
Yeah.
We're celebrating today too.
Hey.
Today he got his own record company, and it's called Champ Camp. And today they releasing their first. Is this the first album under
first album?
The first album under Champ Camp called Chaos Theory. And with us right now, ladies and gentlemen, he's been here before. The one and only T-Dub-O is here.
T-Dub-O.
What up, T-Dub-O? And then also we're gonna have this young man because you did I Beat Your Ass Challenge, which is your hit single. And you had a lot of people sending videos of doing their own remixes of it.
Man, we had hundreds, man.
Hundreds. And you
200 or 300.
200 or 300 people sent them videos. You narrowed it down to 6, and then you narrowed it down to 3, and then you let me pick the winner.
I had to, man, because it was too hard. It was 3 cats. It was J-Rob who ended up winning. It was do EK Music and do Division 1 ENT. The 3 just. It was so close. Even it was one guy that had a bar that was like the one with the Donald Trump bar.
Yeah.
Like he might have one of the baddest bars, but it was so hard. I had to bring the professional.
He brought me in, and I switched up a couple of times. And finally today, I had to make the decision, man. But this one kid, he shined. He's here with us today. The one and only J-Rob. J-Rob, what up, man?
Step to the mic.
Come to the
Don't
mic,
be
man.
shy. It's your moment.
This album, Chaos Theory, Archangels, T-Dub-O, what can you tell us about the project?
It's amazing. When we first started working, I told bro, I said, look, we're going to make one of the greatest projects that's ever going to come from somebody who's an athlete, because they automatically look at athletes and think they can't create music or make dope music, and they want to tear it down. So I said, nah, when you get in there with me, we're going to make the dopest shit that's going to come out from an athlete, and they're going to look at it with a clear slate, and they have to judge it from just the art point of view versus you being an athlete trying to be a rapper. They just going to view this as just dope rap. And like you say, man, there's so much the stuff that be going on in our lives. We just embrace that chaos and we use it as motivation to what we trying to do. So with all these chaotic things that was going on in our lives while we was creating this album, we would come to the studio as a form of therapy, and we would just sit there and talk like brothers and like, shit, nigga, this going on. Or homeboy just got whacked, or I'm going through this. And my sister was diagnosed with cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot going on. So in the midst of the chaos, we created a theory to try to control that chaos to get out of it, and that just kind of put the project together.
Chaos Theories, Archangels. Yeah, you did call me. We talked when one of your friends got murdered, right? Yeah, right. And then I think I felt like I talked to y'all in the studio or something. Where were you when I called that?
We was in Hawaii. We went to the studio. Yeah.
So are you writing all your music?
Yeah.
So you write your own lyrics?
Yeah.
He write his own lyrics?
Yeah.
Okay. If he didn't, you don't look like you would say he didn't.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2019. If I didn't,
I would call him
mean,
out. It don't seem to be a
shamed?
problem with most of the top 5 lists. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. You guys put the I Beat Your Ass Out song, and now you got a remix, or did you do the remix?
We waiting on Snoop and Cube to give us our verse, so we can't put it out without them. So.
Okay, but
we got ourselves for it already though.
Wiz Khalifa is on that one.
Yeah, on that one too.
Who are some of the other artists that you solicited, or did you just keep it in house for this project?
We grabbed Burner for a track. We had a Bay Area song that was dope, so we did a song called Money in the Love, and I let Burner hear it. And he gonna fuck with the Bay Area shit. So then Burner jumped on the song we created called Slide. And we got a couple hard tracks on the song, a couple conscious tracks, a couple tracks talking about life. But we wanted one that you can just fucking just ride off to.
And which one was that?
That's probably gonna be Money in the Love and Slide. So Burner jumped on that mug.
The homeboy G the Singer did the hook on there too from St. Louis.
He took it to the
Crazy.
next level.
We're going to play this right now, man. T-Dub-O is here. J-Rob's here. And we got the champ, Tyron Woodley, here. You want to talk with him, 888-742-3345. Chaos Theory is in stores now on all streaming platforms. Archangels, this one is Money and Love. We're going to come back with some bars.
Let's get it. Yeah.